Hello, today's subject is going to be loveless marriages. Hi, I'm Patricia. I'm an Illumin's Blu-ray twin flame from Chicago, Illinois. I hope that you're doing well today. So there's a lot to talk about that is going to be crunching a lot of people. I need to let you know that while it might feel like a dark night again, these are not dark nights and these are not tests. Many of you are gearing up here to leave old situations, old patterns, and that includes a lot of loveless marriage. Now, if you're actually in a marriage, and I can personally attest to this, I'm going to tell you I am in separation. How I teach is truly from the cosmic heart. So while you may look around you and you might say, well, who's with who? I am in separation. That is the only thing I have to go by, which is my heart. And that is how I have developed all of the ways that I connect and how I teach other people to connect, how to get the channels open, and how to rig you up to the brand new grid of life that awaits you. How would you get out of those old marriages? One of the things that people persist in is trying to reach out in an old manner. So you got one of these kind of old school phones where you pick it up and you dial. And then sometimes someone does this and you lose the connection and you say, what happened to the connection? Hello? Well, I just thought we'd want to go over the things. You know, for me, it's not over. For you, it's over? No, for me, it's not over. Hello? Okay. And you're trying to get responses, and those old things won't work for you anymore. You have to know how to heart communicate. That is number one. There's several things to know about being a twin flame, and you can't just throw up your hands and say, well, I guess I'm not a twin flame. A lot of people do get annoyed on this journey. How do you know if you're in a loveless marriage? And again, I'm speaking from firsthand experience. Do you wind up sleeping in other rooms within your house? Are you trying to keep things separately and as amicable as possible? And this might be of someone you're living with. Are you walking on eggshells? Have things gotten abusive? Have other people become involved and it feels like drama? Does it feel as though you can't breathe and you're never going to break free? So there's other things that you need to ask yourself about this, because this too is a mirror. When you have mirrors of things and you're wondering, well, why is this happening? Or why is God doing this to me? Maybe you're supposed to notice some of the things. So some of the things you should be asking yourself is, as you review your situation, how does it make you feel? How's it making you feel? Can you feel yourself? Have you numbed out? Do you take to things to be able to numb out? Maybe you drink a little more wine than you used to. Maybe you just look at the situation and say, oh, there's only one way to get through this and it ain't sober. Maybe you are living vicariously through other people. Maybe you're even someone who sublimates your love into your children and say, well, at least I can hang with my child. As a twin flame, it's not really going to be that way. Plus, the children are the baby twin flames, and they have someplace they need to be as well. At some point, you two will also have some detachment that is healthy. Are you getting a percentage out of things? You have to ask yourself, what percentage am I getting out of this? You have to ask yourself how to get out. Maybe you don't know how to get out, how to create that, how to have a proper exit plan. I help people with that in my sessions. I help them also get out of other kinds of bad, loveless marriages. If something is not loving you back, it's time. It's different than being supported. And there's a difference. Okay. However, I need to tell you, your union will not support drugs, alcohol, cigarettes. It won't tolerate abuse. Your higher self is not going to want those things for you or for your true other half. It's not going to want you to feel neglected, unnourished, with no one being affectionate to you. How do you know this? Because sometimes you're so close to your situation, you can't see it the way other people can. Many times you might rationalize it. You may sublimate and thwart your own desires. Part of the equalization process that is happening with twin flames is so that both of you are equally dynamic. That means you can equally create, and you create from within. Now, the creating from within is not inside the human body. You have to be able to create from within your cosmic heart. I do a cosmic heart session. I also do an intuitive session, an ascension intuitive session. So I have those listed. If, like a lot of people, you're going into this crunch and you're simply on a budget, I have set up links so that you can pretty much do this as you go and join my online webinar where I do channel. I get very high channeled information. I am a source being. That means that not only am I from the source, I actually draw information from a very high dimension. It's not fourth dimensional. It's not mental and emotional. It's guidance from the high heart. It is 9th through 12th dimension. There are not many people who can truly say that and actually have it be true. There's a lot of people who will try to say it, but to actually have it be true and actually have the connections like I do to be able to shift change, that is something else entirely. That is what I'm capable of doing. When people come to me and we talk, it's very simple. I feel their high heart energies. It's not a psychic reading. It can't be approached like a psychic reading because I feel both people in the union. It's about balance. It's about balancing two people into their convergence point. Now, one of the things to know about this energy, and people talk a lot about the masculine, and they mean men, but the masculine is also inside females. It's inside female bodies. It can also be within different sexualities, such as if someone is transgender, or if someone is lesbian or gay. There are degrees, there's your own blend of masculine. Your magnetic, which is your gathering energy, you gather in with your magnetic side, and your electric side is your action energy. Those two have to be balanced, and plus there's two people that you're balancing with. I'd like to point out to you that this polarity shift is throwing a lot of people off because balancing yourself out of duality is a bit like being a pole vaulter. There you are, you're running and you're jumping and you're pole vaulting yourself into some other, catapulting yourself, okay? It's also very draggy, so that's the paradox. You're wondering when things are going to happen, if they're going to happen. Why hasn't it happened already if all this talk? It hasn't been able to happen until last year. That's when at the Lionsgate, and there's another Lionsgate this year, you're going to see a lot of closure come. For some people, it already started. So the important things for the first and second wave people, someone said they want me to talk about first wave. The first waver people are positioned, meaning they're geographically positioned, they're doing what they need to do, they're coming into a level of maintenance so that it's easier for them. The second wave people are going to find this quite a bit of a crunch, and some of the other waves won't even be awakened until later in the year. Okay, so this March will crunch. We also have a season change here. What happens at the season change? Well, this is a surge of energy, and yet a lot of people might feel very much like they're stuck. I help you to move those stuck energies. We do it very simply. And I also empower you because I teach you. There is something about being taught it hands-on that sticks with people. That's what I do. That's what I do in my online webinar. You can join it for $20 per week. That fits into a lot of people's budgets where you can plan for it and you can go along here. Now, this, even though you may feel as though things are imminent, there are things you need to know about your body. The body is what you're fitting together. The body is where you first felt things. The body is where your channels have to get there deep inside of you. Your body is also divesting the past. That's a lot. That's a lot that's happening simultaneously. In fact, it's so much that it can exhaust you. Don't be one bit surprised if you are exhausted. You know why? You've been moving all of your furniture from the Pleiades to right here to Earth. Okay, your entire household of furniture is the last box in, is the last piece of furniture in. Maybe, maybe not for you. Maybe you feel like there's still things coming for you. Now that is a part of what the masculine has done. So in my previous video, I called the men, the delivery men, because they have been bringing in things, people, places, things, events, you know, your own stardust for the starseed part of you to be able to get yourselves situated. Okay. From being situated, you're going to begin fresh. Your body is new. It's a brand new structure. It is not an ancient body. It is brand new. You have a twin flame body, and it's time to learn how to use it. That is what I teach. You have channels that connect you only to each other. You have meridians that need to stay connected to you and not squashed and not left in old places. So, if I may say so, it's important enough that I want to emphasize it each and every single time I talk about it, which is that your body is important. It's the very first thing you feel. It's how you should be able to feel things as well. It's how you initially knew something was happening to you. It was through your body. It wasn't really through your mind. Your mind searched for answers. Your mind wondered about things. Your ego may have warned you or alarmed you about something. Your self-talk may have told your ego something about what was happening, but your body really felt it. And your body is how that you are lovers. Your body is how you make the third energy, which you're not going to be able to make until you merge each other together. And that happens at a very deep and high level. That is where I come in because I teach about this. Not only am I teaching about it in my online webinars, there's other things that go with it too. Your mission, what people call mission, is what other people call, what do you do in the world for your living? How do you make money? How would you like to make money? I help people sort this, and we hammer it out through abundance means in these sessions. This March will crunch you. It is not a test for the first and second wave. It's a real crunch. So to help you with that, I have my ebook series. Each book is priced accordingly. It's a very reasonable price for the amount of information and guidance that's packed in there. They all build on each other. I have my Twin Flame Ascension Intuitive session, the Spirit Chat, and the Causal Body. If you look down below, there's a magical angel number right there. So you have the 3-3 coming up. You're going to be having the 4-4, and there will be other portals this year. Wouldn't you like to become a surfer that rides the waves of love and learns how to do this and doesn't white knuckle through every single thing as though you're suddenly in the rapids without a paddle and you don't know what to do? Of course you would. That's a bit of how you navigate. Do you want to be able to connect with your twin flame, not just a ghostly version or a spiritual or something? So I'm going to give you a little tip here. If you hear your twin flame and your twin flame is saying things that are either self-deprecating, derogatory, remorseful, that's only one aspect. You are not connecting with 5D. I teach you how to connect with the 5D higher self of your twin flame. And it's not with these devices. These devices have been a lot of fun. I love these old phones. But I'm gonna share something with you that I feel was very significant. Today I went to my fitness center, and as I was walking the track, there was the loudspeaker music, and there was someone who had a headset on, and they were singing along with the music. And they were singing the song by the Fifth Dimension, The Age of Aquarius. This is the dawning of the age of Aquarius. Okay, that song. But on the loudspeaker, it was Pink Floyd's From the Dark Side of the Moon. Hey, you out there in the hall, waiting for someone to call, can you help me? But the part I really love in that song is, open your heart, I'm coming home. You know, and then they go into that solo. It's great. So I thought, what a juxtaposition of having, like, you know, someone who is very upbeat about this, and that somewhat darkness, like someone's coming out of the shadows, someone's coming out of their shadowy aspect. That's a lot of this energy we're in. We're heading into some of, you know, people's shadowy stuff, things that people are afraid to look at. I want to help you with that, and the way I help is best is through either my class, where you can ask questions and it can be interactive, because you have to be able to engage your body in this. You can't just sit there like a stick and go do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do. You have to be able to engage your body. You have to know how to do that. You have to be able to use your skills and some of your hard-won experiences from lifetimes and really bring this out of you. I help to bring that out because it's in there somewhere, and get you re-empowered again so that you feel. Reading my books are going to make you feel like a master. Who is able to master your energies? Well, actually, you have to master yourself. You have to be a master if something provokes you. If you're living in a loveless marriage, so let me describe a little bit more of a loveless marriage. Okay? You feel like you're walking on eggshells. You argue about petty things. Little things seem to set either one of you off. And that marriage can be with something that shouldn't even be near you anymore. It can be an ex. Okay? If you need to break up with someone, you're going to break up. It could be with your drug dealer. It could be with some other person, maybe another, let's say you've had some kind of therapy, physical therapy, and suddenly you find that things are annoying you. You're about ready to break up with it because you don't need it anymore, but you will need to properly maintain. That is what I help people with, is helping to properly maintain and get yourself going so that you're able to do this and continue it going. It usually requires up to 3 sessions per person, but I'm only working with usually one person in the union, although I do work with couples. In fact, I've had several couples starting to come together and making their plans for living together or getting married with each other. So those are marriages that are not loveless. You care for each other on multiple levels, not just the human level. Your higher self cares for you. You are here to be in love. You make love through your bodies, and you make love out of body in your subtle bodies. So I'm here to teach you about this, about bringing it back to the level of sacred. We're quite literally bringing sexy back, but we're bringing it back to the level of it being sacred. And so that's some of what this energy is going to bring. Look for the links below. There's where you will see a link to join my online webinar or to get my book. The first book is good. Have a spirit chat or an energy session or the intuitive session. Any of those, I will be able to distill it down to get some things unstuck for you. I look forward to seeing you in a session. If you don't know what would be suitable, write me at twinflamesmerge@gmail.com. I will be able to feel what would be appropriate for you because that is a part of my gift. I don't do email sessions simply because it's actually almost like it doesn't serve the whole purpose. Not for me. When I feel people, I feel you. And it's time to get, because I can feel what needs to get moving so that you can continue converging and merging and loving and feeling and having fun and getting back to the fun of your journey, not letting it be a chore. So thanks so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you, and thank you so much. If you enjoy these videos, please subscribe, find me on Instagram, and watch for more stuff coming. Okay? Have a good day. Bye.